Alright, first and foremost, we're going to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. and shalom to the sincere elect, you know. It's spiritual, we just open camp and just, you know, we're hearing all this noise, man. The spirits are active, right? But, so basically, if you don't mind, can you read that first scripture? Daniel 9:11.
Daniel chapter 9 and 11. Yeah. All Israel have transgressed thy law.
Come, man, and really, the actual point that I actually want to speak on is that the actual Lord himself came to die for our sins, man, right? And guess what? He only came to actually save and die for the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Because you know why? He came to redeem us from the curse of the law, man, which only applied unto us, right? Well, can you read that?
Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
It says, therefore, can you read that again?
I just want to say something. Departing from what? What did we depart? What did we leave? The covenant was made with us, right? The covenant was only made with Israel. So what the Prophet is saying is that it only applies to the nation of Israel. It's true because Moses gave the covenant to us. And that is what we departed from, which caused us to receive the curses the Moses promised we was going to receive, man. We departed.
That's right. Can you read that again now?
It says that they might not obey thy voice.
Yep.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us. So that's important to understand, right? The Lord didn't just come upon the earth to he came to just die for banner. No, he came for a purpose.
He had a mission.
He had a mission.
Well, the Lord didn't want to go with us.
Exactly.
Sweat and blood.
Yeah.
You know, in the Garden of Gethsemane, because he really didn't want to go on that cross.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, the thing is, you know, Christians, they're kind of just like, oh, the cross, but no, but they don't deal with the reality of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like just put that Caesar image up there, just that, you know, oh, soft. But no, going on, well, you know what? It's a good thing. My guy Mel Gibson's film, man, Passion of Christ, showed you how gruesome it was, man.
Yeah.
That shit was excruciating.
Yeah.
You watch it, he's like, God damn, like, y'all know going through that.
Yeah. And even on that, there was one time, remember that scientist? Remember that scientist who was breaking it down? And he is breaking it down and he broke down.
He said no human could physically go through that, so he must have had spiritual powers. Basically, that's the conclusion he came to.
Yeah. So he's saying he just came to die. He just came to save all heathen. No, he came to die for a purpose. You get Galatians.
You need to ask yourself a question, man. Why did the Lord go through all of that to save the whole world, if that's what you believe, right? Like his brother said, he didn't come in just to die, because he could have just died any fashion. But there's prophecy. Okay, that mission is part of the prophecy, man. To fulfill that prophecy. Right? For the salvation of the nation of Israel. That was the mission that he had to fulfill. The prophecy he had to fulfill was to save his people. He wasn't set up to just die so the whole world can be redeemed. That's not what was set up. That's why the Old Testament is important to understand for you Old Testament guys that don't believe in the Old Testament. Okay? It's important to understand the prophecies that were written before, so you can get an understanding why the Lord came in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get that understanding without reading that.
Yeah. And by just understanding his purpose, you know why he came upon the earth. You know?
I got a bit more.
We got more than that.
Finish it, yeah. Back in Daniel 9 and 11, finishing off, it says, therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him.
Because we have sinned against him. Now if you actually go according to the law, we actually took an oath upon ourselves. Like us back then in the reincarnation, being our forefathers as well, actually took an oath saying if we don't continue in these words, we're gonna be cursed. Right? And that curse can only be accounted for through blood. That's why people were sacrificing. But now people got so wicked, they're like, you know what, I'm a puppet, man. I know she got a man. So you know how people do? They go puppet and pray a goat, sheep, you know what?
That's why the Lord said he wouldn't stand in our solemn assemblies no more, and they wouldn't smell, you know, the burning of our sacrifices to that extent. He said, I ain't doing that no more, man. You're taking a piss.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Put down payment on a goat.
Yeah.
It's you see it in the modern day.
Yeah.
Niggas with the church, you know.
Yeah.
A guy will do some gruesome shit and go up in church. Just, you know, donate 100,000 to this church. Just, and then they're all up in it. Everyone's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's just there in a white suit. Just,
Eddie Long, man. He was stroking out them church cockeyes raw, man. Yeah, Eddie Long. And you know that guy, remember when he was dying? He tried to play out like he's doing a green,
cleanse.
a green green juice. You know? Can you read that scripture about
This is Galatians chapter 3 and 13.
Which this verse here explains a lot. Go ahead.
It says, Hamashiach have redeemed us from the curse of the law.
See what he says there? He redeemed us from the curse of the law.
Being made a curse for us.
Being made a curse for us.
So that's another question of what are we being saved from?
And that's
What is salvation? What are we being saved from? Impending doom. And, you know, perpetual doom, man, because Israel couldn't break the curses, because they couldn't be right. And we still can't be right. Our flesh is filthy, man.
That's right.
You know, and this is why it takes Yahweh Shai to come and break that chain.
Yeah.
To break that circle, man.
Yeah. Number 4.
Galatians chapter 4 verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law.
Which proves he came in the flesh. He had a mother and father. Because guess what? He's of the tribe of Judah. You know these guys want to talk about some angel, you know, he got a baby now. Where is an angel in the genealogy of Judah, man? You know? Go ahead.
So he came like an earthly man.
Earthly man.
For the seed of man, okay? And that's what the prophecy stated. They be born of a virgin.
Yeah.
Which in that context, when you read that scripture properly, okay, it means a young woman. You know? That's what it means. And Mary was a young woman. Okay? And the law was birthed between Joseph and Mary. Okay? Biological parents.
That's right. That's why the scripture say he conquered death in the flesh.
Condemned sin in the
not half.
He took on the seed of man.
Yeah.
And all those scriptures, man. The root and line of Jesse, of David. You know, it's all a physical thing.
Scripture calls him the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. So, and that's something that these Christians quote, the conquering lion. You know, that's what they quote.
yeah, not the conquering line of the tribe of Gabriel, man.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
And you know, Melchizedek is the only exclusion to the whole, coming in the flesh kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they say he had no parents.
No
parents. They said that in the scripture, he had no parents. You know, Yahweh Shai had a mother, and he had a father.
Yeah.
Okay, he came in different fashion this time round.
That's right.
You know.
But the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law.
To redeem them that were under the law. That's why the scripture says what? And he shall save his people from their sins. He shall save his people from their sins. Because guess what? He's going to redeem us from the curse of the law. Because if you go into the curse of the law itself, bro, we condemned ourselves. We actually condemned ourselves. Did you have it, bro? Bro, you say you had a precept?
Well, I got some.
John
10. John 11 and start from verse 49. And John 11 and 49. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all. Now consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the whole people. No, die for the people. And that the whole nation perish not. He didn't say the whole universe, nation. And not for that nation only. Oh, okay. So this is where the Gentiles. Gentiles.
Fucking.
All right. Let's see what it says. And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one.
And
Gather together. Obviously, it's going to say all the white people, all the Chinese people, all the Africans. That he should gather. Also, he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad.
The children of the Most High.
And that scripture lines in with what? The olive trees. They were grafted in. And the way they was grafted in was 3 hours shy. Could you get what? Because they were made one.
And the two sticks.
Two sticks.
Representing the two kingdoms.
Two kingdoms.
You know, would be made as one stick. Okay, because why would the Most High contradict himself, right? Because at the beginning of this kind of this era, let's put it, right? The Most High destroyed Babel, man, where everybody was coming together as one. Why would he now come to the latter part of this era and bring everybody together? What would be the point of that? When he wasn't with it in the first place. He's not talking about bringing the whole world together, as in every nation under the sun. He's talking about the nation of Israel, because they were once one and were no longer.
Yeah.
And they would need to be brought back.
Yeah.
Okay, like the prophecy states.
The children of God.
That's right. Yashua.
And that's why as well, was it Rehoboam, where his garment got red?
Jeroboam.
Yeah, that's it. You know? And it was
Cut into 10.
it was split up.
Yeah, he gave him 10
You
tribes.
know, because after, you know, his reign, it was split into 2 kingdoms, man.
Yeah, Reuben was a fucking idiot. To put it lightly. You know, but then that's how the Lord had it set up.
That's right.
This is Luke 19 and 10. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost.
So that's why it said what? Go forth to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So these guys want to talk about saving salvation. It only explicitly applies unto the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Because guess what? They were redeemed from the curse of the law, which the scripture says in Psalm 147 that the law was only given unto the Israelites, man. Can you read that up?
Stop, man. Like, when you read the scripture, you've got to be asking some questions, man.
Yeah.
What was lost?
Yeah.
Who was lost? Why are they lost? You know? Was it the whole world? Did the Most High come to look? Who lost what? You know? When you read the scriptures from the Old Testament, would you hear that story of the Israelites?
Yeah.
And everything that happened with them, right? And how they went off, and how they were separated, and how all these things, these calamities happened to them because they lost their way.
Yeah.
The Most High wasn't their power no more. The Most High gave it over to the heathens. They were lost.
Yeah.
My sheep is talking about the Israelites. You know, Yahushua confirms.
Yeah.
When he was on the scene, I come not unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's where he come to recover, because he is the shepherd.
Yeah. And we got lost because we were scattered.
Yeah.
You know, like, say like now, you know, I have to get like coins in my hand and scatter them here. But do you know how hard it's going to be finding? You might get to a stage, you might give up. I lost, man. I don't know where it is, man. It's
Man
lost.
put us in the 4 corners of the earth.
4 corners of the earth. You know?
That was a big place.
A very big place. Right? Can you read that up?
Deuteronomy 27
So you see, like now, so this scripture is going to explain the curse of the law.
and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
So guess what? Got the 12 tribes of Israel, and like he gave them commandments to keep them the Lord this day. So it was established between us, you know, and the Lord, right? And even in Exodus, the actual blood of the covenant was physically sprinkled upon us. There wasn't no healing. Yeah, let them get some blood. No, it was sprinkled upon the 12 tribes, man. Exodus 24 and 8. So that's why to get saved from the curse of the law, it had to be redeemed by blood. Through Yahushua. He used the atonement. Right? Can you hold that Romans 5? Yeah.
And it says, and it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee up great stones and plaster them with plaster.
Let's skip to verse
15.
Yeah, 15.
Verse 15, cursed be the man that maketh any graven or molten image.
So like now here, what it's about to do is basically explain different kind of curses, right? And basically establish if you break this curse, if you break this law, you're cursed. and we took the curse upon ourselves. Right?
An abomination unto the Lord, the work of the hands of the craftsman, and putteth it in a secret place.
Yeah.
And all the people shall answer and say, Amen.
Which means what? Let it be so. So we all confirmed with the words that, look, if we do this, we're gonna be cursed. So like, we're actually like taking it upon ourselves, man. And obviously, you know the scripture speaks about an oath. That if you take an oath, but basically you have to pay.
And that's why it's important that we pass it on to our generations, our sons and our children, you know, for future generations, so Israel could be preserved. Because regardless of who was there at the time, okay, our ancestors, you know, probably, you know, brothers out here today, we took that oath, you know, and we had to pass that on. That's why we have to teach our children. That's right. You know, otherwise our nation would be perpetually fucked up, which is where it got to.
Yeah, because no youth could come and say, look, me never agreed to this all them years ago. You couldn't say that.
We're bonded by the blood pact, the bond between you and the Heavenly Father, man. And you can't get out of it, because for you and your children, you know.
and that's partially why in Joshua it says basically, every day or night you should think upon the law and tell it to your children. So your children go, I didn't hear it. No, mate. Go ahead.
Verse 16, cursed be he that setteth light by his father or his mother, and all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that removeth his neighbour's landmark, and all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that maketh the blind to wander out of the way, and all the people shall say, Amen.
That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 19, cursed be he that preserveth the judgment of the stranger, fatherless and widow, and all the people shall say, Amen.
I'll skip to verse 25 and read 26.
Verse 25, cursed be he that taketh rewards to slay an innocent person, and all the people shall say, Amen.
That's something our people do it all the time. Go ahead.
Cursed be he that confirmeth not all the words of this law to do them, and all the people shall say, Amen.
So right there and then, all of us said, look, if we don't keep the words, we are cursed. And all the curses that you said is going to happen to us is going to happen. So from that moment, that's what the curse of the law is. Because we took a curse upon ourselves. And that curse could only be redeemed through blood. Through that currency, which is the Son. So now if you want to get Matthew.
Okay. Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins.
He shall save his people from their sins. You know why? Because he's going to come and redeem us from the curse of the law, so that we're going to have a clean slate. The actual new covenant itself, that's why I should have called him a mediator of a better covenant, established on better promises. Because guess what? He's going to come and die for us and actually give us a clean slate.
And that's what we need.
That's what we need.
You know, it's all well and good knowing the law, like in current day, but where his body is corrupted, it's difficult to keep those laws, man. Especially in the condition that we're in slavery, it's extra difficult to keep these laws. So we need a clean slate so we can start again. But the better promise is the fact that we're going to be there. So we can keep the laws, actually keep them, rather than transgress against them.
Yeah.
You know?
Which proves, you know, when people say, oh yeah, God came to save the whole world. What are you talking about? Do you know how intricate salvation is? It's not just, yeah, he just came, hi everyone, you know, boom, saved. That's it. No, scripture says this. Go ahead, read that.
Isaiah 59 and verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion.
And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. So that proved the actual Old Testament and the New Testament is the same book. It's the same thing. Because it said the same thing in the New Testament, and now it's saying the same thing. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. What?
Happy Israel shall be Israel.
That's it.
Happy shall ye be. Why? Because it's the Lord coming for us. Okay, Zion means monument, right? So the Lord's monument is the children of Israel.
Yeah, the prophecy in Matthew 1 and 21, that's also mentioned in the book of Isaiah about Emmanuel coming forth.
Yeah.
And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob said the Lord,
In Jacob.
save the Lord.
And to them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Because if you read that scripture, it obviously started off with saying what? The Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Because he's coming twice. The first is to redeem, to redeem us from the curse of the law, to give us a clean slate. Then also he's coming to redeem his elect.
Because it's Israel in general.
Yeah.
Okay, but beginning with the elect, because the elect are those the ones that are going to turn from their transgression. Okay, the Lord is going to save this on this side. Okay, but 2/3 of people, they're going to remain in their adamant head and hard heads. Okay, and refuse the Lord, refuse His word. Okay, and they're going to be destroyed in the fire. Okay, but the elect, they're going to be delivered.